Hey, what's up, everybody? Max Kane here, and I'm just taking a break on some farm chores to give you this message. And I'm actually on the way. I'm hiking on my property. There's this neat cave, and some of the tools I need to continue my farm chores are actually in the cave because I left them in the cave the last time I was in the cave. And the cave is up on the west ridge of my property, so if you stick around to the end of this video, you will get to see a pretty neat cave. If you're into caves. If you're not into caves, then I guess you won't care much about the cave. But the reason I'm taking a break to make you this video is because I've been watching online a lot, and people are talking about the food system. Big conversation. Make America healthy again. Change the food system. Change the way we eat. But it's hard. I guess it doesn't have to be hard. But it's hard. It's hard to change the way we eat. And there's one main reason. There's several reasons, but I'm going to go over a few of them. But I want to start with the biggest one. The biggest one is, if you haven't figured it out yet, we are creatures of mimic. We mimic what we see. We mimic what we hear. And to that degree, we're pretty much victims, because we're not really making up our own minds. So we do have this part of us that's, the free will part, but we also have the mimic part, and that's how, mimicking is how we learn. We learn to walk by watching other people walk, and then we try to mimic that behavior. So mimicking is, man, I'm not feeling a little bit out of shape here. Walking up this steep hill and short of breath a little bit, but all right, so getting back to mimicking, we learn through mimicking. At a very young age, we watch we watch the adults walk. We mimic walking. That's how we learn to walk. And so mimicking it's in our DNA, it's in our bones, it's a part of us as creatures. I remember growing up on the west side of Chicago in the 80s, the movie Breakin' came out. Was that? I don't remember the name of the movie. It was a movie about breakdancing. I think it was Breakin'. And then everyone wanted to breakdance, right? You got Rocky. Rocky comes out. Everyone wants to be a boxer. Eminem comes out. All the white boys want to start rapping. So we just mimic. And mimicking isn't necessarily a bad thing at times. But what big corporations depend on is us mimicking what we see and hear in the commercials and the advertising. So these big corporations that spend billions a year on advertising and marketing and putting 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 impressions in front of us every day. They don't do that by accident. They're not throwing something at the wall to see if it'll stick. They do that on purpose because they know that we're creatures of mimic, and the more likely we're exposed to a message, the greater the likelihood that we're going to take action on that message, or believe in the message, or whatever it is they want the message to communicate to us. So for example, if, let's just say you don't smoke cigarettes, have no intention to smoke cigarettes, you know cigarettes are bad for you, and there's just no way that you're ever going to smoke cigarettes, right? But all of a sudden, you start getting advertisements to smoke some cigarettes, 20, 50, 100 times a day. And those advertisements are people enjoying their life and having a good time. And, having human connection and all these other parts of us that are important to us. After a while, you might say, you know what? I might give one of these cigarettes a try. So even though you originally never intended to smoke or never wanted to smoke, and even though you know it's bad for you, if you get enough advertising to smoke, strategic advertising that pulls on your need for human connection, or need for intimacy, need for success, need for, whatever your other needs are, they'll tie the advertising in right into those other needs. And before you know it, you might try a cigarette just to see, maybe you're curious. And then one cigarette will lead to two, and 40 years will have passed, and now you got lung cancer. But anyway, so how does this all relate to the food system? Well, people eat. I need to navigate. The road here is wet. Just give me a second to jump over this water. People knowingly eat food that is bad for them. They know the food's bad for them. They eat it anyway. So why do they do that? Well, it tastes good. Maybe they put some chemical addictions in it. Maybe they're chemical additives that would cause addiction response. And maybe everyone else is eating those foods, so they have the human connection aspect to connect with other people through a common activity. And man, this is gorgeous up here. I'm gonna put a zip line right through this forest here and connect. I don't know if you can see it. There's another road back there, right there. It's gonna right across there. So maybe they're building community through it, and building human connection through a common activity. But the main reason, the number one reason, is because of impressions. They hit us with so many impressions. I ask you this question. I challenge you with this question if you're watching this video this far. Okay, just making sure I'm going the right way. Ask yourself this: why would advertisers spend billions and billions of dollars a year if they weren't getting a return on their investment? These people aren't dumb. They're strategically deploying capital. They're strategically deploying cash for a benefit they get. Everyone in the world knows, probably everyone, probably all the natives, they know the company Coca-Cola. Why does Coca-Cola continue to spend money on advertisement? Because they want to stay relevant. Because if they don't win the marketing game, someone else will come unseat them and win the marketing game. And so that gets back to the food system. Whoever wins the marketing game is going to win the food system. The food system that we're ultimately going to have in the future for this planet that I'm walking on right now will be determined by who wins the marketing game. So that said, dude, we gotta got to just crush it on the marketing for these small farms. We got to get out and talk about it. We got to post about it online. We have to really, ramp it up times 1,000. Whoever wins the marketing game will win the food system. So if the drive-through companies win the marketing game, the future of our world is a drive-through food system. If the microwave food companies win the marketing game, the future of our food system is going to be all microwave food. If the small farms, home delivery, if they win the marketing game, we're going to have a food system that's decentralized, supplied by small farms, and that will be the food system of the planet. And that's just human behavior. That's how it works. If you've never, I got a bunch of deer over there running. Probably hear me coming. I'm pretty far from them yet. But if you've never thought about this before, think about it. If this doesn't make sense to you, drop a comment below. My videos don't get a lot of comments, which is fine. I don't care so much about comments. Subscribers are good, but what's most important to me is that people take the message into their life. That's what I really care about. And there's no comment for that. There's no subscriber for that. But if you're going to take this message and adopt it into your life, drop a comment about that. That is a comment worth dropping for sure. So I think I'm just another few minutes away from the cave here. I'm looking for a shortcut, but I don't want to walk through these thorns. So we have the factory food system. The factory food system, that's food created inside a factory. That's a broad-reaching. I'm actually gonna go off-road here, take a shortcut. That's a broad-reaching food system. You're talking about anything made inside a big building, a big factory building, which could be some of those super healthy protein bars. It could be some hydroponic strawberries and blackberries grown inside without soil and with water. I've got a dilemma here. I've got this is all thorns, and I'm gonna have to play a little limbo and walk like a duck to squat under these thorns. Excuse me. Now might be a good time to go to the bathroom if you're watching this video. Woo! That was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Got this awesome hat here. I don't know if it's gonna backwards or not. It says turtle forth. You got a turtle forth through life. Yeah, life is gonna throw thorns at you. Life is gonna throw everything at you, and you just gotta keep turtling forth every day, inch at a time. Some days you might, instead of inches, some days you might jump miles forth. Dude, we got a lot of rain here lately. And this road here that takes me to the cave is all mud and wet. I don't want to walk on it, but I'm going to. And get my shoes all muddy. I'm gonna flip the camera. Look at these deer tracks all over the place. Yeah, that's deer. All these All these dips, this is a thoroughfare. Look at that, that's deer right there. You can see the split hoof in the middle there. This is the mud trail that I'm gonna be walking on right now. You can see, oh man, this is filled with water there. There's my shoe up in the mud. I'm slipping. I gotta walk through some mud to get them. There might actually be an easier way here, but I'm already committed into this route. There's another road that gets to the cave on the south end of the property. Wow, just give me a second here, bear with me. Go to the bathroom, get your drink from the refrigerator. And dude, if you're making it through this far in the video, you are committed. So I take my hat off to you. All right, I think the road dried up a little bit here. All right, so the marketing game, that's what's important. If you want to change the food system, the number one way you could change the food system, the number one way is always with your money. Buy the food that you want the food system to be. It's like Gandhi said, be the change, right? It's getting slippery again, so I'm walking a little weird. And so buying the food, vote with your dollars, always the number one way to change anything. But besides that, we got to start advocating. We got to get the marketing out there. We got to post everywhere. If you pick up food from a farm anywhere, post about it. If you go into the farmer's market, post about it. Talk about how great it is, how healthy it is. Show it, put it out there. Share that experience with the world. And the more, big media is dead. Decentralized social media is the future of communication. There's always going to be those bigger platforms, but there's just no way to stop it. No way to stop the food movement. As long as we talk about it, there's no way to stop this local regenerative eating matters movement. I don't even know what to call the movement anymore. Is it local food? Is it regenerative? Is it organic? Is it healthy food? I don't know what to call it, but it's going and it's increasing. And that's because people are talking about it. And so that's what I'm suggesting that you do if you want results. If you want to build the world that you want, if you want those results, talk about the food. Hope this video found you well. I am gonna drop a link below. If you want to get paid for talking about the food, go ahead and check out that link below. At Farm Match, we have this affiliate program where you can get paid for talking about the food you love, talking about for the world and the food system that you want. And you get an affiliate link. It's actually a coupon, it's 10% off coupon. You could forward that to your friends. Anyone who uses your link will get 10% off their first order. And you get residuals every time they place orders, except the first purchase. You don't get a residual off their first purchase, but you get one off every order after that. All right, I'm here at the cave now. So for those of you that want to see the cave, this is the moment you've been waiting for. If you don't care about caves, then you can just jump off the video now. I'll be there in about 20 seconds unless I fall. So I'm gonna switch the video here. So I am standing on the edge of, it's hard to see, but this is pretty steep here. There's a road down there and the cave is down that way. So I'm gonna hike down here and loop back into the cave. And here we go. Here is the cave. And these are the tools that I want to get that I left here. And really, these are just a bucket, but the tools are my shovels and hand tools down there. And then we're gonna walk in the cave here. We're not gonna go all the way in. We'll go in a little bit because it's gonna get real dark back there. So I'm up in here now. The cave goes back in that direction. I don't have a good light to get back there. So I hope this video gave you some information that you could use in your life and help you out, and get the word out. Start talking about these farms. Start talking about the food system that you want to see in the world. And the more we talk about it, the more we're gonna be able to make it happen. Peace and love, be great, and I hope to see you around at events somewhere around the US.